Hi there, this is SharConnolly for e.l.f. makeup products, and today what I want to show you is a sort of a pastel-y look using some of the matte mineral powders. So I'm going to start off by using the mineral primer. Now this is really important to do two things. First of all, it's going to make the colours come out a little bit truer, and it's going to make them stick to your eyes. So I've just popped that on from the applicator. It's quite emollient, so I'm going to give it a few seconds to dry, but I've just put that everywhere where my eyeshadow is going to go, and it's really nice and moisturising too. So when you're using the mineral shadows, it's quite important that you have quite a flat, firm brush, because you've really got to squidge them into your eye sockets. So I'm starting off. Now, this is generally about the matte shadows, but what I'm actually doing is I'm starting off with one called Eggplant, which is not a matte one. It's quite shimmery, but let me just show you why this is really good. Right, so for me, the makeup videos that I do, I generally am aiming at inspiring somebody who's a little bit older. Maybe your eyelids are a bit crepey, maybe you've got bags under your eyes. So it's looking at ways that you can actually use products to help that. Now, I had a client last week who had, bless her, she had the most terrible dark circles under her eyes, and I did her makeup twice actually, and the first time we tried to cover that up with concealer and it just looked cakey. So the second time we did her makeup, and this was so much better, we took a different approach. If you've got bags and if you've got dark circles, then maybe the best thing to do is to divert the attention away. And this is what we did. She was an Indian lady, so we did it with gold. But for me, I'm going to use Eggplant. And what I'm doing here is just on the inner corners of my eye, I'm using this Eggplant, particularly around the tear duct, to really, really brighten this. Because you don't have crepiness here, and you don't have, there's no problem putting the shimmer there. So just really lighten up the inner corners of your eyes. I find that, I'm going to go over the top of this, so I'm going to pop this just gently all over the lid. But it's mainly just working here, including underneath as well. So what's all the rage this summer is to use the sort of ice cream pastel shades. So I'm using this e.l.f. product called Mysterious, which is another one of their mineral shadows. And shake a little bit out. I'm just going in on the same brush because the Eggplant is a lighter shadow, so it's not a problem. It's not going to show through here. Right, and then this is why you need to have one of these little firm brushes, because I need to press, press, press. So these sort of ice cream pastel shades that are in for summer 2010, they need quite a light base, like just a tinted moisturiser on the skin rather than a full foundation. It's like a sun-kissed look. So I'm really pressing and working that pastel colour in. Now for me, that on its own is too light. So what I'm going to take, and for my complexion it's also a little bit too cold. So I'm going to take a little bit of this slightly pinky one, which is Glamorous. It does have a little bit of a shimmer in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the e.l.f., the defining eye brush, so this little angled brush, popping some of that Glamorous in there, and then I'm going to put the tip of the brush there, that goes into the crease, and then that goes backwards and forwards. Now this is a very soft brush, so what it does is it does actually spray the powder upwards, but it's more intense. into the crease. I'm now taking a slightly bigger eyeshadow brush. This is a clean brush, and I'm just going to blend that in. And although that's a slight shimmer, that glamorous is actually not too shimmery, because I have to be very careful what I put on the upper parts of my eye there, because it can look quite crepey. But for me, that's just added a little bit more depth and warmth, because that lilac is too icy, for me anyway. What I do want to do is I want to take a little bit of definition, and this is a great blue colour called Partier, and this is a matte one. It's like a grey blue. I'm taking a very fine brush now because I want to place that right in here, but the difference is this brush, when I use, this is why you've got to have the brushes, when I use this brush it deposited the product up as well, and that's what I wanted it to do, but on this one I want it to go into the crease and stay in there, so that's why I'm using this one. So you probably want to use, I didn't have mine to hand, but you probably want to use like the e.l.f. eyeliner brush that you would use with the gel eyeliners, and that's allowing the product to go just where it's placed. So that's going into the crease, but it's not dispersing the product. Going back to this sort of clean fluffy brush, I then am just going to use that to just blend that in. Resisting the temptation to use my e.l.f. cream eyeliners. I use them nearly every day because I love them so much, but not today. What am I looking for? I am looking for the fabulous e.l.f. lengthening and defining mascara. You just look at the difference. You just look at the difference that this is going to make. Look at that, one coat makes a huge difference. I would say this rivals like my YSL or my Chanel eyeliners, which cost 10 times the price. Okay, back in for the second coat. And what is really important to do is get right to the base of the lashes and wiggle. The brush, not your bum. If you find that your mascara smudges throughout the day, use a waterproof one on the bottom lashes. And you know what's fantastic is that e.l.f. do a double-ended mascara that is waterproof one side, so that's just great because on the top lashes you put your non-waterproof, and on the bottom lashes you put your waterproof one. Yeah, okay, so there are some pastel eyes. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.